Hey guys, it's Sarah, and I'm just coming in really quick. Actually, let me shut this door. Um, just to touch base with you and let you know how the last couple days have gone. Oz had his tubes put in yesterday, and I actually do have on a shirt. It doesn't look like it, but he had his tubes put in yesterday. And it went fine. It was very, very routine, very smooth. Of course, it's never routine or smooth when it's yours. He cried for a long time, and they actually didn't get him back till surgery till about 9:30. And by that point in the morning, he has had breakfast and at least 1 or 2 cups of water or juice. And so he was crying and hungry and ready to do something different. And they came in and they brought in the good juice to for him to calm down, and that way they could take him from us. And they did, and he went from just chilling to laughing to eventually getting where he couldn't even sit up on his own. And they finally came and got him, and he was at himself enough that he didn't want to go. And he fussed a little bit, but there was a male nurse that picked him up and gave him his phone and had Paw Patrol on it. And Oz went right with him. I mean, he fussed a little bit, but he went with him. And, 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, they were telling us the surgery had started, and 10 minutes later, they were calling us in for a consult, it seemed like anyways. It just went really, really fast. Definitely no later than 15 minutes. He had a lot of gross, goopy stuff in his right ear, and so the doctor said that he should have immediate relief upon waking up. And everybody was just super awesome and really fabulous and talked us through everything and how things would go. And the nurse that came into our room initially had told us that not to be surprised, that when we got to see him in recovery, don't get upset, but that he was going to be hysterical because he's coming off that medicine and we're not there and he's a little scared. And she's like, we're doing everything in our power to keep him calm. She's like, if he wants to be hit, whatever. She's like, but I just don't want you to be upset thinking that we're doing something wrong. And I said, I had thought then, I was like, I don't know. He really wants that cup, that he's just attached to his cup. So sure enough, they brought us back to the recovery room, and then we waited on him. And we couldn't even hear him. I kept listening for a screaming kid. There was no screams. This kid, they wheeled him, just one nurse by herself, wheeled him in on the cot. They didn't even take him out on the cot. On the cot, laying there, under a blanket, drinking that sippy cup. And she even had to say, look, guys, look where we are. Look, guys, look where we are. He was obviously glad to see us, but he still wasn't 100% at himself. So today is the next day, and he seems to be doing pretty good. He still has little bitty moments where he's like, and he pooped earlier, put his hands in his poop, got it everywhere. So I had to give him a bath, and we had to put those plugs in his ears for the first time. He did not enjoy that, and I was trying to wait. I didn't give him a bath last night, and I was going to give him one tonight, but I was trying to wait as long as possible because I thought that pressure on those holes in his drums might not feel good. So he did fuss a little bit in the tub, but he has woke up and has felt actually pretty good most of the day. He is napping now. And so I think hopefully we're on the road. He's eaten really good. He ate really good yesterday. Of course, again, he went most of the morning with no food or drink. And he has actually eaten pretty good so far today. So I am taking that as a positive. I hope that's well. Yesterday, I did want to talk about this really quick. Stress eating definitely is a real thing. It's something that I do, and I knew that about myself. I've actually been working really hard not to do that, and if I do it, to make sure it's keto-friendly foods. I ate great all day Monday. Monday night was a different story. I had a little ice cream, and actually I got a mini, and I didn't even eat half of it, and most of it I gave to Oz of the half. So there's that. And then yesterday Oz fed me some pretzels, and he had been whining and fussing and playing, and I let him do it. So there's that. But otherwise, everything else has been clean and fine. So I'm sure it knocked me completely out of ketosis. Oh, I know it did. I don't know why I'm saying I'm sure. I'm sure I'm completely out. And it will probably take me several days to get back in. And I feel like I just got back in. So, but that's okay. I don't plan on having any mistakes. There will be a video going up in the next day or two, just talking about my foods and just things that I've been eating. And so I'm always happy for you to see that. And I just want to give you the update on Oz, and I appreciate everybody asking. Love you so much.